Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to Behind the Groove, also Soul Radio USA. We're live here with Shannon Runyon. I just listened to her music at OP Rockwell, and she was doing Round at the Rock, right?
That's right, yeah.
And what was your hit song? Well, not your hit song, but what was your favorite song of performing?
Oh man, it depends on my mood. I feel like the one that people like the most right now is called Wingman.
Wingman. And how does that go?
It's the story is basically like I had a friend of mine that was asking me the kind of guy I'm into, and she's asking all these questions. We were at a concert here in Park City, and we were riding back from the concert, and she's like, "I'll be your wingman." I was like, "Thanks, Peg. Looking for your wingman." And I was like, "I'll write that song." So it's all about really having a wingman, having someone that you can rely on if you're. She has been a good wingman. Like she's like,
really?
"Hey, I met this guy. Oh, check out that guy." Or hey, like she's hilarious. Like she took on a mission, and she's charging forward with it. But it's a fun song. It's a faster song, so people tend to like. I can play that at a bar where no one's ever heard the song, and people are clapping like they maybe have heard it before or something. Maybe it's the energy of it. I don't know.
Is it like a dance song, or is it just
it's
more
a little
upbeat?
funkier.
Okay.
And the chorus goes nice and high, so people kind of get drawn in, and it's a chunky song. Chunky's a good word.
When did you write it?
I just wrote it. I think I finished it this summer, like in August. I finished it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's give the audience your information so they can contact you.
ShannonRunyon.com is my website. Same for Instagram, just Shannon Runyon.
Okay.
Kept it simple, RUNYON. Kept it simple, that way you can always
find you.
Yeah. Some of my friends are like, whatever music, which is a great idea, but I think I picked up this website long enough ago that I was able just to make it my music website.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of people have music, whatever their name is, musicology or
musician.
Right.
Yeah, that's smart. But yeah.
My happiness good, band-aids are gone, hoping for activity. I'm wasting life I go on, so I really don't know what the next 10 holds for me. And that don't matter, cause the weather is fine. A happy song playing in my head, about my walking shoes, but my happiness good. And this is what my song says. Exactly what I need. I tell you all the time. Check out those boxes if you please. Handsome, honest, funny and kind. Well, I keep getting this wrong, so I have to write this down. Can't believe the messes I made, but I'm ready to go, cause I ain't in this alone. I got a friend helping me all the way, and I got my wingman looking for my my angel's got a job to do. She's searching out every corner, cause the end coming out of the blue. Lady luck is turning in my all. I am reaching heaven's gate, and you should say a little prayer if he's looking for me too, or maybe just follow the flames. Looking high, floating like a feather on the breeze. Swinging slow, grinning wide. Oh, I'll take the seat because I got my found his. And he should say a little prayer if he's looking for me too. Or maybe just follow. He should follow the place.
How long have you been in the business?
Oh, man, I've been singing since I was a kid. But I've been writing and singing in bands and singing in choirs, whatever. But writing, only seriously writing, I would say, since I moved here. But before I moved here, I co-wrote a CD with a friend of mine in Houston, Texas.
Okay.
My CD's been out for probably about 8 years now.
Were you located in Houston?
We were living in Houston.
Okay.
And we recorded an album there called Getting Better Road. And
Did you go there just to record the album, or was
no, she and I moved there to work on music. She's
Okay.
a really, really good writer, amazing voice. And we moved there and started working together. We thought about Austin, but Austin's so saturated that
Is it?
oh, there's so much music there. I mean, you can't walk past a door. Doesn't matter what kind of door it is, not have music coming out of it, not have a band somewhere, which is great. That's a beautiful thing about Austin. But it's hard to play out and make any money doing it in Austin because everyone wants to play. And if you ever go, just walk in any door and you're going to enjoy the music. Yeah. But we stayed in Houston and we wrote and played there. And we were able to play quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then I moved here to Park City and music kind of took over and I became much more of a writer, started playing full time, getting involved in festivals and going to events and taking songwriter workshops and weekends and just really investing in the music writing portion of music. I got a voice teacher. I just sort of really dove into it.
Okay.
So it's been great.
Where do you see your career in 5 years?
That's a really good question because I really want to write, keep writing and embrace the art of writing music. And I never really thought about that because I didn't think my life would go in this direction of songwriting and being a full-time musician. But now that I'm doing it, I want to be really good at it.
Okay.
So in 5 years, I could just still be singing and playing and doing songwriting stuff and submitting music and maybe hopefully winning something, who knows, or just being acknowledged as a songwriter.
Right.
But if I get good enough at it, I mean, it'd be amazing to do what all these people do at the Songwriter Festival.
You sounded pretty good, so I don't know what you mean if
it
you
would
get
be-
good at it. I mean, I've heard you.
I hear what I think is really good at it, and I see what I do. We're our own worst critics, right?
Right.
So,
But you got to love the music, no matter what.
yeah, of course. Which is
Do you do any other genres, or is it mainly country, or what's your style? Folk, country?
kind of, I always call it folk rock pop, but I'm trying to incorporate more blues. So I'm trying to learn to play better blues because I love the blues. I love it. I just don't play it as well as I'd like. I'm actually leaning more towards kind of the bluesy, funky style, unless it's a song that's like sweeter, and then it's a little more folky feeling, a little more country feeling.
Looking for a luxurious retreat from the heat? Then consider purchasing this one-of-a-kind mansion which sleeps 40 plus and is located in a popular Las Vegas vacation destination in the Utah mountains.
Welcome to Cielo Santo, the true mountain luxury living and lifestyle you've been looking for.
As you will see, this isn't your ordinary property. This lavish double villa estate, designed by renowned architect David Harris, built with excellent materials and craftsmanship, includes a gourmet kitchen with wolf ranges and ovens, vaulted ceilings over gathering areas, multiple fireplaces, 19 bedrooms and 18 bathrooms, with interior furnishings included. Gated on 20 2/3 acres, barbecue areas, and custom chandeliers, covered walkways, covered hot tub, and a private trout pond for fishing, 2 saunas, and a steam room, indoor swimming pool, 16-seat theater, and an indoor waterfall. All of this with scenic mountain views.
Under the sacred sky of Cielo Santo, adventure is at your doorstep.
Skiing close by at Bryan Head Resort and Bryce Canyon National Park. hiking, and bicycling. There's also equestrian facilities for horseback riding. This 6-stall barn has a 3-bedroom and 2-bath caretaker living quarters above. An ATV is included for plenty of outdoor adventures. Panguitch Lake is located less than a mile away. This estate is perfect for families and corporate events. Located between Las Vegas and Salt Lake City, with St. George International Airport 1.5 hours away.
This is The Lifestyle at Cielo Santo. Thank you for joining. This is Heather Schultz with Engel and Volkers.
More country feeling.
Okay.
Like I wrote a song about my mom, and it's got a little more of that sort of folky country feel to it.
What was the name of that song? I think did you perform it that night?
It's called Good Old Days.
Good Old Days.
She was talking one day, and she's getting older, and her health isn't, obviously no one's health as you get older is what it was, but it's a little tougher for her aging, and it's one day she was talking about what it was like in her life and loving the life she has, like loving my dad and looking back on her life, but missing some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And to watch her now and the speed she moves and who she was when we were kids, like she was doing everything, something all the time, just running around and making and baking and going here and doing this and just always moving. And now my dad makes her meals.
Mm-hmm.
She moves at about 15% of the speed she used to. And her memory's still there and her sense of humor is still there. But
Has she seen you perform?
yes and no. Like she grew up watching me sing, but what I do now from what she knows me doing is pretty different.
Okay.
So not really. She hasn't even heard that song yet.
Really?
I haven't
How does
sung
she
it
feel
yet.
about you being in the business?
I think she just likes me being happy. So she'll be like, "Where are you singing tonight?" "Oh, that's nice." "Look, is that a restaurant? Will there be a lot of people there?" Like she's just happy that I'm healthy and doing something I enjoy doing, and she's a beautiful singer. Like I grew up listening to my mom sing all the time, and she could play piano by ear. And my dad always sang growing up, and he plays piano too. And
Can
so
you read charts?
I used to be able to read easily. Now I'm getting back into where I read it. Now. I can hear it now, and I can play something because I can hear it.
Okay.
Not perfectly, but I'm trying to remember how to read again, which I'm working on now. Taking piano lessons again.
That's good. It's
So that
definitely
I can,
helpful.
Yeah, so I can start reading but I mean, just the memories of my mom just walking around, just singing all the time. And in church, she played organ, Dad played piano, and he sang in
That's cool.
the quartet, and my mom would sing solos, and I just grew up hearing music nonstop. So it's always been a part of my life, just not quite in this capacity.
Wow, that's good.
Sunday smiles, homecoming games. She was always in the kitchen, getting food and baking cakes. Flower in her hands, one in her hair, walking us to church. Children everywhere, it feels like we were just there. Old days, they went too fast. She's happy with her life, says she's happy with her past. But those good old days, they went away. Wish I could take my mama back for one more day, to run through the fields, play in the creeks. Their stained feet, riding our bikes until the sun was scarce. Then we gather around the table. It's time for supper prayers. It feels like we were just there. Those good old take my mama back for one more day. 'Cause her hands don't work like they used to. Her ears don't always hear what they need to hear. Some days I sit and watch her stare out that window. I hope her memories can make her smile. On those good old days, they went too fast. She lost her life, her family. She lost her past. Those good old days, they went away. Wish I could take my mama back for one more day. Wish I could take my mama back for one more day. As it feels like it was yesterday.
Hey everybody, we're here with Shannon Runyon. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay, we're here with Shannon Runyon, and she's going to join us where?
The Midway Fest.
Yes, Midway Multicultural Music Film Festival coming up to you, I think it's January
It's January.
23rd through February 2nd. Join us. Peace. Who would you like to perform with? If you could perform with anybody in the world.
Oh, man.
Yes, we're putting you on blast.
Oh. So this is going to sound weird. So when I met you, I freaked out because you produced 20 Feet from Stardom, which is hands down my favorite documentary I've ever watched in my life.
Wow.
Because it's, you guys just nailed it. Like, that's why I do music, why they do music. They just love it. They love how harmonies come together. They love just being able to perform, whether they are the spotlight or they're just supporting another musician or a group of musicians. That's why they do music, and that's why I do music. So when I met you, I was like, what? I remember I was like, can I hug you? So for me, like, you say, who would I want to perform with? Like, I would just lose my mind if I could sing harmonies with someone like Dave Grohl, back up someone like him, or if I could back up just some, Bonnie Raitt, or just Sheryl Crow, just people that I think, I love their voices, Susan Tedeschi, just to not even have to perform, but to be supporting in them with people like that. To actually sit and sing with somebody, I've never even thought about that. Like,
wow,
just
you got to put that on your list
I
right
guess
there.
I do. I just,
Sheryl Crow used to sing with Michael Jackson.
yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that, but yeah.
I did know that.
Yeah, that's good. Michael
that
Jackson,
about
wow.
I know.
Are you more of an entertainer or performer, or more of a lyricist writer?
It's shifting. Because I've always been a bit more of an entertainer performer because of what I did, but now I'm shifting to the lyricist writer as I'm doing the songwriter stuff, as I'm diving into it a lot deeper and making it a much bigger part of my life. When I'm on stage, I have people that I play with, and we have a lot of fun on stage, for sure. So entertaining is fun and easy to do, but it's, as I'm writing more, I'm starting to really embrace and fall in love with the writing side of stuff, and telling a story, and telling not the surface story, but really going into the story. And I don't know.
You learn more about the whole thing as being a writer, because you have to think and you have to go real deep in your soul. That's my thought.
Yeah, you're right. You appreciate it so much more. Because when you're singing covers, and for a long time that's all I did, you're just enjoying the song and appreciating what someone else did and doing your best version of it. But when you start writing, man, it just, your appreciation and your respect for what people do to write a good song, man.
It's hard.
Oh man, it's amazing. It's a whole different mathematical equation of how to write a good song. And it's not just about math, it's about heart, it's about creativity, it's about, putting yourself out there, but it's not everyone can do it, man.
Correct.
It's not an easy thing to do.
I agree. People should take these courses and workshops. Writing workshops are really excellent for people to learn about the music game. But what would you say your favorite song is?
Of all time ever in the whole
All
world?
time.
Oh, man.
Uh-oh. Okay, better yet, we'll narrow it down. your all-time favorite cover song that you perform?
That's changed a lot over the years. This is going to sound weird because I was raised in the church, and the one song that always gets me, and I like to sing it, and I'll sing it in church, but it always gets me. And no matter how I heard different versions of it, but Amazing Grace probably is my favorite song.
Okay.
I know.
A lot of people say that, though.
Do they?
No,
I know
yes,
it's not poppy.
yes.
I know it's not like popular now, but
Just that's one of the songs that people learn most and first, usually because it's melodic and people can learn it really quick.
yeah, I just think it's
And a lot of people come out of the church, gospel or choir.
Yeah.
Most artists come out. The real good artists, anyway, they come out of the church. I'm just telling you.
I mean, Aretha Franklin.
Yeah. Yes.
Look at her.
Aretha Franklin.
Her documentary, Amazing
The
Grace.
Queen?
The documentary, Amazing Grace. I watched it on a plane. I was bawling the whole time. I'm like, I can't believe I watched this on a plane. This is
Yeah.
But I mean, you came out of a church, right?
Yes, I'm out of a church. That's a long time. Yeah. You know, I actually changed my religion, meaning like the actual name of it. I became non-denominational. That way it's like no one religion. It's just like, hey, I believe in God, and I believe in Jesus, and I believe that there's a higher power, and we're all here to serve and help each other.
So I want to ask you a question.
Okay, now we're turning tables.
Well, I think it's interesting that you not only do this, but you produce 20 Feet from Stardom, and you chose to focus on background singers, which was so fabulous. And some of these people have voices, they could be huge. What made you produce and go into this field of work? Is it?
Well, I was blessed, and a young lady by the name of Mabel John had me involved with the project, and she's the first female signed to Motown,
Yeah.
Stax, and Tamala Records. So, and she's rhythm and blues. She's inducted to the Smithsonian as the pioneer of R&B music. So she pretty much said, hey, come with me, and then it was on from there, and I was able to work with the greatest, I think, greatest artists of all time, a lot of them. I can't give you one specific one, but I've been blessed to work around, I feel, the best artists, period.
I'd like to hear you sing.
Oh, I can't sing, I can talk, but I can't sing.
Someone tells me you can sing, but you just don't.
A lot of people ask me that question, but I'm sticking to the talking. That I can do sometimes.
And you feel like, I feel like this is pretty awesome what you do. You feel like this is your calling and you found it and you're like charging down this road and just.
Well, I enjoy it, I also learn every time that I'm with somebody that's new to the business and what their take on the business is. Like when, I don't know how old you are, but I know when I was growing up, music was real. Like everybody played an instrument.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you just need a beat machine and a computer and one person, and that's it. That's not real music to me. It is music, but it's not everybody collaborating and making that soul that you can feel. It's more or less, hey, it's a machine. So for me, I want to bring back and showcase the real music. That was my goal, actually, bridging the gap between baby boomers and millennials through music.
Oh, nice.
And that's what our theme is on Behind the Groove.
I like that.
Thank you.
That's good.
We just want to keep on doing that and sharing with others what we know, and keep on doing what we can in the music field and entertainment all the way around, but specifically music. I enjoy music and I love it. So I want to share that with everybody.
Well, as a musician, I appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you very much.
So thank you.
Thank you.
This guy.
And that is a wrap.
Want to play some pool?
Yes.
Yay.